Ambassador Kethavar of the Zephyrian Collective adjusted his ceremonial robes as he stood before the massive view screen in the Senate's communication chamber. Behind him, representatives from 47 species waited in hushed anticipation. The ultimatum had been broadcast to Earth 72 hours ago, and now the deadline approached. "Still no response from the humans," whispered Senator Vextali, her 4 eyes blinking nervously. "Perhaps they didn't receive our transmission?" Kethavar's mandibles clicked in dismissal. "Impossible. Their primitive quantum arrays are functional enough for basic communication. They've received it." The ultimatum had been straightforward. Surrender unconditionally and submit to Galactic Senate authority, or face total annihilation. It was the same message that had brought 3,847 species into the fold over the past millennium. Some surrendered immediately upon seeing the Senate's vast armadas. Others resisted briefly before capitulating. None had ever simply ignored them. 60 seconds remaining, announced the chamber's AI. Fleet Commander Zorthak leaned forward, in his hover chair, his scaled hide gleaming under the chamber's lights. "My fleets are positioned throughout their system. 1,000 dreadnoughts, 5,000 cruisers, and support vessels beyond counting. Their entire species could be ash within the hour." "And yet," mused Scholar Nithara, "their silence is curious. In all our records, no species has ever failed to respond to an ultimatum." Kethavar waved a dismissive tentacle. "Fear has likely paralyzed their primitive minds. Once they witness our power, they'll grovel like all the rest." 10 seconds remaining. The chamber fell silent except for the soft hum of life support systems. Representatives from across the galaxy watched their screens, expecting pleas for mercy, frantic surrender offers, or at least desperate threats. The countdown reached 0. Silence. "Well," Kethavar demanded. "Begin the demonstration. Destroy one of their outer colonies." Fleet Commander Zorthak's claws moved across his command interface. "Targeting their Mars settlement. Firing main. Batteries." Alarms suddenly shrieked throughout the chamber. Red warning lights bathed the assembled delegates as the AI's voice cut through the chaos. "Emergency alert. Unknown energy signatures detected throughout the galaxy." "What?" Kethavar spun toward the tactical displays, his confidence evaporating. "Explain." The main screen shifted to show a galaxy-wide sensor map. Thousands of red dots appeared across their territory, each marking a Senate fleet or installation. "Impossible," breathed Commander Zorthak. "Nothing could penetrate our perimeter sensors. Nothing could—" The screen flickered, then resolved into the image of a human female. She appeared middle-aged by their species standards, with graying hair and calm eyes. Behind her, the unmistakable curve of Earth was visible through a transparent barrier. "Greetings," she said simply. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen of the Earth Defense Force. You've been waiting for our response to your ultimatum." Kethavar found his voice. "You insolent creature. Do you comprehend the forces arrayed against your pathetic world?" Admiral Chen's expression didn't change. "We do. 1,000 dreadnoughts, 5,000 cruisers, and approximately 50,000 support vessels throughout our system. Quite impressive. Then you'll surrender immediately." "No." The single word hung in the chamber like a physical presence. Admiral Chen continued, "You see, while you've been building your fleets and conquering species, humanity has been preparing. We've had visitors before, scouts, observers, traders who thought they were hidden. We've known about you for decades." Scholar Nithara's whispered words were picked up by sensitive microphones. "That's impossible. Our stealth technology—" "Your stealth technology is adequate against species at your technological level," Chen interrupted, somehow hearing across the vast distance. "But you made assumptions about human capabilities based on what you could observe. That was your first mistake." "Your fleets will be destroyed," snarled Commander Zorthak. "Will they?" Chen asked mildly. The tactical display updated. Every red dot marking a Senate fleet or installation began flashing orange, then red. "What is this?" Kethavar's voice rose to a shriek. Targeting locks, Admiral Chen explained. You see, while you were positioning your forces around our system, we were positioning ours around yours. Every major fleet, every command post, every strategic installation, all targeted. The chamber erupted in panicked chatter. Representatives shouted orders, demanded explanations, called for immediate action. "Silence!" Kethvar roared. "This is impossible. We have sensor nets throughout the galaxy." Nothing could move undetected through space? Chen smiled for the first time. You're thinking three-dimensionally. Space has more dimensions than you've learned to exploit. Commander Zorthak was frantically working his controls. I'm detecting no enemy vessels. Sensors show nothing. Because you're looking in the wrong places, Chen said. Humanity doesn't build ships that travel through space, Commander. We build ships that travel through the spaces between spaces. The view screen split, showing feeds from across Senate territory. At first they seemed normal. Fleets in formation, space stations maintaining position, defensive platforms powered and ready. Then reality tore open. Massive rifts appeared in space itself, edges crackling with energies that made sensor displays scream. From these dimensional tiers emerged vessels that defied understanding, angular constructs of metal and energy that seemed to bend light around them. Hyperspace warfare, Admiral Chen explained, as Senate fleets opened fire on targets that flickered between dimensions. We learned it from mathematics you haven't discovered yet. Your weapons can't hit what doesn't fully exist in your reality. This is madness. Kethvar stumbled backward as reports flooded in. Fleets throughout the galaxy were under attack by enemies that appeared from nowhere, struck with impossible precision, then vanished before return fire could be coordinated. Your surrender is demanded, Admiral Chen said, her voice now carrying an edge of steel. You have 60 seconds to respond. We are the Galactic Senate, Kethvar raged. We have conquered thousands of worlds. We will not. The feed from their primary shipyard went dark, then their main research station, military academies, command centers, resource processing facilities. Each feed died in sequence, marking the systematic dismantling of Senate power. 50,000 ships, Admiral Chen observed. Impressive. Earth's defense force consists of exactly 112 vessels. The difference is ours are crewed by humans. Scholar Nithara's voice was barely audible. What are you? Admiral Chen's smile returned, but now it carried something that made even the most hardened warriors in the chamber step back. We are the species that looked at an empty galaxy and decided we weren't alone. We are the civilization that prepared for war while hoping for peace. We are the descendants of ancestors who survived ice ages, plagues, and their own destructive nature. Through sheer stubborn refusal to quit, the countdown reached 0. We are humanity, Admiral Chen said as the last Senate stronghold went dark. And Earth's answer to your ultimatum is this: we don't surrender, we adapt, we overcome, and we remember. The transmission ended, leaving the Galactic Senate in darkness and silence, the same silence Earth had given their ultimatum. But now they understood what that silence had truly meant. It wasn't fear. It was patience.